Dub, what's in the tub? What's going on, my scrubbers? We are here today with some more Pokemon tips. I don't know why I have a country accent right now, but we are here with the Pokemon tips for the League format, and I am not alone. I am always joined by Vsing HB, my partner in crime, the League CCL winner in the league that wasn't Season 1.
No, I won the TSGBA. That was well
That's when
before
it
the
was.
CCL.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have past experience winning leagues. But this episode, I'm just kind of here. This is like Ace's episode to go in.
This is my love of when you're in a league format. I love having mons that do this role. So today we have kind of a conclusion, because this is one of the things that I felt was a good ending motion here. We talked about Volt Turn, we talked about walls, we talked about hazard control, and we talked about versatility. Now, one thing that I like that kind of finishes off the little last feather in your hat is having enforcers. Now, whether that is a extremely fast mon, or an extremely strong mon, or an extremely just great coverage mon, you have these mons that kind of just put fear in your opponent. So you have, say, Excadrill that's put up in a Sandstorm with Sand Rush or Choice Scarf, and it just has the versatility, or Mold Breaker, even Choice Scarf it up, and you have Iron Head, or Iron Head, Earthquake, and Rock Slide. That covers everything, and your opponent has no switch-ins to this monster.
Except Skarmory.
Yes, Skarmory. I mean, I don't know. HP Fire. You're ready for it. You already know. Versatility. You got this.
Exactly.
But then we have things like Tyranitar, Tyranitar. Spelling is good. Pokemon like Alakazam, just absolute monsters. Darmanitan, these monsters that really, if your opponent is trying to bring a Stolly Walkcore and you have these mons against them, you're just gonna punish them. You're gonna hit them hard, and you're gonna bust through. And they basically have to sack off 2 or 3 mons to these monsters every time they switch in. I know Entei's a really good one as well.
Gengar.
Oh yeah, Gengar as well. And with these mons, as we talked about in the last episode, versatility. These mons both get that kind of versatility. This one can be run a little more bulky, and I've seen these run Assault Vest.
Yeah, they are pretty bulky.
Yeah,
the HP is really high.
Yeah, you can run them Assault Vested, and it's bulky, and run it with a Sandstorm, or you can just run it straight off offensive, going right in your face for it. Tyranitar can run, I think the term for Special Tar is Mystic Tar, I believe is the what people are calling it now.
Wait, why?
Because it uses the elements. It's Mystic.
Oh, okay. I just call it Special Tar.
I think there was a specific Showdown user whose name was Mystic, and they might have named it after him or whatever. He's just the person mostly known for it. But I don't know. When I think of Mystic Tar, I just think special moves, ooh, mystical. But Alakazam as well, just great type coverage. I mean, against physical attacks, its physical attack is really kind of booty. But this one is so versatile. You can run it Focus Sash, you can run it Life Orb. This mon is really, really dangerous, against you. If you see this mon, you're a little bit scared. But this mon can also run things like Taunt, Encore, just to kind of put you in a bad situation, so you have a chance against you Encore into Soft Boil or Stealth Brox, and it's kind of screwed there. Darmanitan as well. You can run this Banded or Choice Scarf. Choice Scarf is the preferred set, but with 95 speed, if you set up hazards with it, Sticky Webs or something like that, you run this thing Banded into running through your opponent's team. We talked about Entei before with its versatility. We talked about Sunny Day Solar Beam and how good that is, just that versatility. And this monster, you run this thing Choice Banded, Sacred Fire, and a lot of people have to sack off mons so that every time this thing swaps in. Gengar as well, great versatility. You run this Life Orb, and this thing's high special attack stat and high speed really allow it to get maybe 1 or 2 hits off, because you can Focus Sash this thing, and it's going to absolutely obliterate. It's similar to Alakazam in its kind of role. It's going to just absolutely pop a hole, and you have the option of running things like Taunt and things like that as well. So I think it's really important to have these mons that punish your opponent for kind of sitting back and playing a more defensive game. Now we have Vsing HB here, who isn't a big component of this, and Vsing, I'd like to, if you'd like to explain to the viewers why you kind of sway away from like a mentality of bringing enforcers on your team?
I think okay. I'm not a fan of. I like enforcers. I think they are important. It's just I personally am not a fan of using them. But I feel like in a league format they can be well prepared for. You can, like, if you have a Gengar, for example, you can build a special wall around it and punish it on that. Like, I feel like these are more easily prepared for than the versatile ones, if you know what I mean. Like, these, if they're going to be used as the enforcers, you know what they're going to do.
Okay.
That's purely my reasoning. But I do think they are important. Like, I don't want to be sitting in front of an Alakazam. I don't care if I have a special wall. It's still going to, like, hurt.
Yeah. And, like, that's, like, the situation where, I kind of disagree in a sense with that mentality, just because in league format, not everybody is going to have a monster counter, basically. And I feel that with these enforcers, you can really punish people. Like, if you, like, another one, really good one is, like, Mega Sharpedo that we don't have on here. Mega Sharpedo.
Big Sharpedo's great.
It's absolutely, it's terrifying to be against, because, like, you have this in regular form, assuming that you don't have to make a first turn in your league format, and you get the speed boost up, and then this thing just has monstrous attack at 140, and you get it by into sub, and it's basically game over. Like, this thing is just way too fast, way too good. There isn't anything really you can do. Things like Metagross, which we have banned in the CCL, because, like, it's too good of an enforcer. Like, in this kind of, like, format, it's just way too good. But sitting across the field from these monsters, like, really, you put your opponent in a situation where they have to sack off an Amon, and in league format where, like, a 6v6 match determines, like, if you win or lose, determines your placement in the league, like, that's so good, because, like, it's just one mon closer, that differential, like, you're just putting out in clean sweeps with, like, endgame mons like this, really look good on yourself, like, when you win 4-0 or 5-0, just because, like, you were able to get this mon in a good situation, in like a kind of chess match, and you put this mon up. Like, we ran Hawlucha in OU in one of our own series, and getting that thing behind a substitute with its unburden boost absolutely, like, demolishes people if they're not prepared for it.
Yeah.
And I really think that's why enforcers is a really important one, an important concept to kind of put on your team. Now, this episode is going to be a little bit shorter, specifically because enforcers is a very, like, kind of quick topic, but not restricted to like the earlier lessons. So in addition, with these mons, if you want to kind of endgame sweep with these, setting up hazards, having hazard control, running versatility like we talked about, Entei, running like the Solar Beam, Sunny Day, weakness policy, that's extremely good to run against your opponent, and just put your opponent in a really awkward situation where they have to kind of adapt from that, and they don't expect it, so, like, they really just don't prepare for it. But that's pretty much it. Thank you, Vsing, for, like, giving your own input. I know, even though it's contrary to, like, what I'm saying, I appreciate you kind of putting in your own input there.
Yeah, no, I do maintain that enforcers are important. Like, even when I'm in the league, I make sure to pick up enforcers. I believe the league I won, I had a Gengar and stuff like that. Like, they are important.
I think you had a Mega Bennett as well.
Is that the league? Okay, I had a Mega Bennett that league.
Yeah, it was Mega Bennett that you had, and that's a great enforcer in its own right. That thing, like,
oh yeah, what, base 165 attack?
Yeah, that's even higher than Sharpedo. Like, that's a monster.
Exactly.
Like, it's not exactly, like, the most recognized physical enforcer, like, outside of, like, its own tier, but it's an absolute monster in league format, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, but, like, I really appreciate that, and like, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with your friends. Even though it's a little bit of a, like, debated upon topic, I feel it's important in my own right, and Reason kind of understands, like, that same mentality as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be the end of this series, unless we kind of think of other stuff that we want to share with you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate your guys' support and everything with this series, and yeah, have fun with your guys' league formats, and hope you guys are having great drafts.
Yeah, let us know if you are in a league. Let us know your drafts and why you picked stuff, and if we did help, or we'd like to know. We wanted to hear some feedback and stuff.
Make sure to tweet us on, like, Twitter and everything. We'd really appreciate it. Like, we'll tweet you back and, like, comment on what you guys did there.
As far as this series goes, we think we've covered the main stuff. You never know, we might be back randomly one day with a bullshit episode on, yo, berries are important.
Bruh, we can do a whole episode on berries. Don't even get Vsing started.
Yeah, I love berries. Like, yo,
Sugarberry Empoleon, hold up.
Exactly.
It's time.
We've covered pretty much the basics. Like I said before in an earlier episode, any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. Leave a like, go sub here. Wherever this is uploaded, sub here.
Yeah.
Yeah, sub to Ace, sub to me, sub to the CCL. Ace is taking part in the CCL. He was a runner-up in the first season. Maybe he can go all the way this time. I'm not in this. Yeah, okay, Alabaster Arcanines. I'm not in this season. I'm busy behind the scenes doing stuff like this and cracking the whip so people upload. I'll be back in season 3, and we'll be in the multis. We announced that we will be in the multis. Right?
The Snarling Savages.
Snarling Savages. But we'll see you. Well, Ace will see you probably sooner than I will with battles and stuff.
Bang, bang.
We'll see you sometime soon.
Alright. But thank you guys so much for watching again. I know I've said that like 15 times now, but yeah. Thank you guys so much. We're out. Bye-bye.
Bye.